Well, good evening. Or was that Dracula? Good evening. How you doing, Pork Chop? Reporting for duty. I was contemplating on not even having a live tonight, and I decided to go ahead anyway. I don't really have anything to talk about, so I am all ears, and hopefully the audio's coming out. I don't even have it opened on YouTube here. Let me. We don't want Grandpa's random reviews. Let's go here, see if I'm in my live. Good grief. It keeps loading, moving down. Hey, I see me. There, is that better? How you doing, Miss Rideshare Lisa? Hope everything is well up there. It was a decent day. It was a decent day. No complaints. Hey, Giggity, how are you? Anyway, I am present and accounted for. You know, one thing I have been noticing lately has nothing to do with the drive. My chair is comfortable, but I don't think I have spent this much time sitting in this chair as I have in the last week or so. And the back of my legs, it feels like when you're growing up and the muscles ache, and you know how your leg bones are growing and stretching in your muscles. Man, I hit 100 order on deliver that today. That's cool. What does deliver that deliver? I mean, are they like a general merchandise, like Rhodey or something? I've heard Tim talking about. I think it was Tim that was talking about that, but we don't have it here. So Rhodey is about the only general merchandise, like Best Buy pharmacies and stuff like that. Oh, catering orders. Hopefully, I don't know. Wichita Falls may get some new stuff. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath, but that mic up a little closer because I hate leaning too far over. But I don't want it not to be loud enough where you can't hear me, and I don't want it to be too loud. Boy, it's sticking. It's kind of in the shadow of my chair back there. I'm just looking. You couldn't really. My old LED lights that I had on my background at my previous residence. I don't want to put that background on that wall. It's not big enough for one. But I thought about putting those LED lights back there, but you wouldn't be able to see them. I don't know. I was just kind of looking at the background. I guess if you move the camera up a little bit, but then I would be down here like a little boy. I don't like that mic way up. Let's see. I can get it closer and lower. That's one thing about doing lives. Boy, it brightens it up, doesn't it? It's one thing about doing lives is you notice things, and it's no rehearsal, so you just kind of go with it, and you notice things. I could run it down the door jamb back there, run it up, like what is it over here? Yeah, right there. I could run it from the floor up to the ceiling, and then where am I going? Across. I don't know. Once I take it off that background's trash though, because that had some good tape on it. You delivered that too? I think I've delivered a few things. Keep the jokes a coming. because I got nothing. All I got is a channel for us to hang out at, and talk. The camera angle looks great. Well, I don't never know if I should be up higher, lower. Anyway, got my little light going on back there. My combination beach lounge and living room lounge chair back here, which is comfortable until you sit in it for about 3 or 4 hours watching movies, which I normally don't do, but I think it was last week I watched a movie or two. Grandpa, are you? Nah, not really. Texas Rangers baseball fan. You know, I used to watch a lot of sports, like football and baseball. Well, I watched some baseball, but I was an avid football watcher. But then when I went to work in a grocery store, you worked Sundays, and that's when the big games were, and I would miss them. And then friends would be talking about football games, and I wouldn't have a clue what they was talking about. And over the years, I just kind of got away from watching all sports. And I'll watch a football game or even a baseball game if it's on, and I'm not doing anything else. But I don't make my schedule around any sports anymore. Now, if I had the opportunity to go to the games, that's a lot different. Oh, then you won't mind if the Astros give them a spanking in the head-to-head World Series. Nah. So the Houston Astros and I guess it'd be where is it? That actually is in Arlington, isn't it? The Texas Rangers Stadium. So Houston against Arlington. So are they for real going to? Are they going to be in the World Series together? That's kind of cool. 2 Texas teams. I'm assuming it's still the Houston Astros. It used to be anyhow. Yep, Texas Showdown. Okay, yeah, that'll be cool. No, I know this is a dumb question, and I should know it, but whatever happened to the Houston Oilers? Did they move to like Florida or somewhere? But what I'm getting at was, did another team come into Houston, or is it still we only have the Cowboys? That's how far out of touch I am, and that's why I don't watch sports, is because I have no clue. I know these teams, and even like on Pedro's channel when they get to talking about sports, some of the names of the players I recognize, but I'm not. I don't know. I like them. It's just I'm not into it, like a lot of people. My mother watches. She's a football fan. She likes watching the football games. They moved to Tennessee. Okay, became the Titans. Oh, really? I don't know. It's hard for me to. They have changed logos and names. If I don't know, if I was picking a team that I favor, I have to go with the New Orleans Saints. I don't know. I think it's probably because my uncle liked them so much. I guess maybe that was it. I used to like the Jacksonville Jaguars because I like the color of their helmets. But change. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Changing Redskins because wasn't politically correct. That's you can take anything and interpret it any way you want to. It's not what it was. not what it was. It's not meant to be anything derogatory or anything like that. You know, we have a college here, MSU Indians. I'm wondering when they're going to change that name because it might offend somebody. I don't know. I don't believe in putting people down for their heritage or whatever. But when things don't have anything really putting down and people still want to throw a fit about it, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Arlington. I have yet to, I don't even know if I've seen the new football stadium. I know when they tore down the old one, I went down through there, was it 380? No, Loop 12 in Irving. And it used to look so big. And then when they tore it all down, you could see all the highways that went all the way around it pretty much. And it didn't look all that big. I'm like, that was a lot of stadium. Because I did go to a real football game. I did go to a Cowboys football game there years ago. And it seemed so big, but when it was all tore down and you just look at the empty field, it didn't look that big. Like, how did they put all that into that small space? It was just kind of weird. But, yeah, I haven't seen the new stadium. And I never got a chance to go to a baseball game. My aunt used to work for American Airlines, and she would have the opportunity to get free tickets, and she'd offer them, but we just never went. I don't know. I really don't know that I watch much of any sports. Now, I might watch a stock car race here and there, just pretty much like a football game. If it's on, I'll sit down and watch it. And if it's Sunday afternoon and I go by my mom's, I guarantee you she's got football on, if there's a game on. But I just don't keep up with it. I think the only sport that I'm more into than anything is probably fishing. And watching a fishing tournament's kind of like watching tennis or golf, you know. Unless you're doing it, it's not so exciting. I mean, you get an update and maybe a replay of somebody that's got their GoPros running on the tournament or something. But I don't know. I'd rather be fishing than anything. I never had time to watch a whole game. That's it. I don't anymore. I don't sit down and watch much anything. Now, last week, I think it was, last week or the week before, I sit here and watched a movie, and that's the first movie I've watched in quite a while. Because I don't take the time to do it. I got too many other things going. Life's too short to sit around and watch TV all the time. Just my opinion, though. Between doing delivery and doing the reviews, and it, doing the reviews, there's so much more to doing those because you get up in the morning, you get on the computer, not to do reviews, but to check the emails that you've gotten all night, because most all them people are, their day is our night. So they've been up all night sending you texts, or not texts, but emails. But yeah. And then I get out sparking and come in and try to do a review. I don't have time to sit there and watch a game, and I don't know about y'all, but here Sundays is for Walmart Spark is the big day, and of course that's when most of your football games are on is Sundays. Except I guess they still have Monday Night Football, but Monday nights. The Voice comes on now, which I don't know if y'all watched The Voice. I'm not impressed with it this year. But since Blake's gone, it just doesn't seem the same. And Reba, so I know there's a lot of Reba fans, but she just, I don't know, she rubbed me wrong many, 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 many years ago. And I tried to overlook that, but she was supposed to perform at a good friend of mine's dad's rodeo arena, and at the last minute, I mean that day, she canceled. And this was a professional rodeo event. And I just haven't cared for her since then, but I try to overlook that. She just seems a little out there on some things, but I don't know. Shutting down these apps and heading home. Slow for a Thursday. I thought she was going to say Tuesday. I was thinking, wait a minute, this is Thursday. It is Thursday. Oh, you know how long ago that was? I was probably 15, so 43 years ago. I really don't remember. I don't know if she decided that she wasn't getting paid enough, and this was before she really, because she was out 43 years ago, but she wasn't like big and famous like she is now, of course. But I don't know what came up. I would guess probably wasn't getting paid enough, but we was all excited, and it was a big deal. We'd put out banners. His dad had all this stuff printed and put out banners and stuff, and then she canceled at on the last day. They wound up getting another local band, but I don't remember who, or I don't even remember if they was good. I just remember that. Of course, I know my mom, they used to do the Reba dolls. They'd make dolls that had the bushy hair and all that. And I don't know. It was interesting, but apparently I said something to my phone and Google picked it up, and it was searching for McDonald's. Did I say anything about McDonald's? I love that technology thing, but sometimes it's kind of weird. Took me 5 trips to the United States Postal Service to actually get my mailbox. 3 of the times was just to get the key because they messed up. But yet they don't mess up. And then I did the online address change, and they charge you $1.10. And then it said that it couldn't verify my identity, so I had to come up there. Well, then the grouchy old lady said that I had to have a number for them to scan to prove my identity. The website wouldn't load. move.us.usps or whatever it is. I wound up getting one of the little cards and filling it out and turning it in. I could have done that for free. And the $1.10 doesn't bother me. It was the principle of the matter. Because she said, well, you probably got scammed, in her accent. I said, well, if anybody scammed me, it was you. And I said, not you personally, but your employer. And she didn't like that, but she copped an attitude. And every time I have been up there, I'm not going to say which post office it is because I don't want to knock anybody, but every time I've been up there, not me, but somebody in the line in front of me, she makes very angry. A couple of them stormed out of there every time. Every time I was in there. And I don't know. I don't know how somebody can keep a job like that. But anyway, I don't think the post office is union, so I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, see, I told y'all I don't have nothing to talk about. I'm just rambling. Hope y'all have been having some good shopping days. It gets better when you take the SS. We still have the Astros standing empty. I guess I was rattling. I didn't even read. It's getting better. I got to shutting down. Okay. So they don't even use the Astrodome anymore. Huh. See, that's how far out of touch I am on some things. I don't know. You know, when things in your life happen, you kind of, some of your interests change. And getting older, some of your interests changes. But then you start realizing how short time we have, so you don't want to spend all that time being consumed by things that are not that important, and their entertainment. And kind of like Drone Day says, there's other things to do. You don't have time to do other things. You know, you might have laundry to do. Went to the laundromat earlier, speaking of that. They charge, I did the laundry, but I was looking at the sign. They charge $1.50 a pound to do your laundry. And they wash it, dry it, fold it, and hang up whatever you want hung up. So until I can get a washer and dryer, now I can take my clothes over to my mom's and wash them, but I'll either have to stay there and do it, or I know my mother, she's going to do my laundry, and then she shouldn't have to do my laundry. I'm a grown man. But the point is, until I get a washer and dryer, and unless I just go over to mom's anyway, but if I just need clothes done pretty quick, I can take them there, and even if it costs $20, it would still be worth doing, because while they're taking care of my laundry, I could be out doing deliveries, and I ain't got to stop. I can just run them by there, drop them off, and move on and start working. So I'm kind of thinking that's what I need to do instead of doing it myself. And it's not that I'm lazy. It's kind of like stopping to eat. You know, if it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening and you're hungry, if you stop and eat, you're going to lose $20 to $40 in delivering. So I don't know. I like to keep moving, but I know sometimes you really need to stop and do your thing. So I don't know. I hate going to the laundromat. Y'all hang on just a second. Okay. Had a phone going off. Nice. I hate going to the laundromat. I haven't had to go to the laundromat in a while. And the apartments I moved into doesn't have one, which is kind of a pain. But I don't know, you calculate, and the water, I don't pay water here, I pay electricity. But by the time you calculate the electricity, and they supply the laundry soap and the dryer sheets, they wash, dry, fold, and hang up. Other than me having to take them down the stairs and put them in the car, take them up there, and then when they get done, bring them back up here. Other than that hassle, it might come out to be a little cheaper. Not cheaper, but more convenient. I think doing them yourself is cheaper, but if you're going to be losing money by stopping to do them, and like I said, I could go do them at mom's, but she, like I said, she shouldn't have to do my laundry. And if I sit there and I need to spend more time with my mom, I understand that. But on the other hand, if it's busy, I need to be working. And even she will tell you that. She's a hard nose on that. You need to be out there working. You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to. But I will eventually get a washer and dryer. But, I check on those trading posts, and people that have a washer and dryer that works. The dryer works great. The washing machine glitches. The washing machine shakes, and then they still want $200 for them. I'm like, put them out on the curb. If they're broke, why you want to try to sell? That's like me trying to sell something that I review and it doesn't work right. It's not worth anything. I got a heater in the other day, and to do a review on. And the heating element has a fan on the back because the fan blows through the heating element to blow your heat. The manufacturer didn't even put the screws in the heating element and that whole piece. They didn't even put the screws in it to hold it in place. I pick it up and it's moving around. They're supposed to be sending me another one, but it's trash. If it doesn't work right, it's trash. You just want your mama's... You don't want your mama to see your panties. I had it timed good in my 30s. But put in wash, go food shopping, come back in time for the dryer. No, it wasn't a Mr. Buddy. No, it was just one of those little, well, here, it's right here by the trash can. Box opening. Oh, not even in video. I won't show the name of it, but it's... But they they're going to make it right. They're going to send me another one. So, like this. See that heating element in there? Whoop, let me turn it the right way. See, it's not. Well, you can't hardly tell on the video. It's not even screwed in. And on the back side, it's got the fan, but they forgot to put the screws right, well, at the bottom and the top. But anyway, it's trash. The cool thing about it is it turns, oscillating, and it had a remote control, which would have been great for camping, because if you're camping in the winter and you get cold, you don't want to come out from under those covers. So you can just take the remote, if you can find it, and so it comes with a little remote, and turn that heater up or down, whatever you need, without having to come out from under the covers. Mr. Buddies are good. I've always heard good things about those. On my other channel at Dirty Shoes Adventures, I got the opportunity to meet a lot of people that do camping full time. They're full time RVers. Some of them are van life, schoolies. I've met all kinds of people, and a lot of them use those Mr. Buddies. Yeah, buddy heater. Yeah. I think they have two different sizes, if I remember. And I had checked into them, but I don't know. The propane on the inside of a vehicle, I know that they're safe. They say they are, but Steve Wallace is a good channel. He talks good about it. Yeah, Steve Wallace. I don't know if I ever heard of him. But there's a bunch of people out there, and the ones I had personally met, I like them. The good people. You know, you hear different peoples with different opinions. They're homeless. You know how much money some of them people's got? They could have a home easily. They got away from that because they didn't want to have to deal with that. And there's a lot of them that do full time jobs while they travel. They got the best of both worlds. Steve Stealth Camper. Okay, that's cool. I've stealth camped in Walmart parking lot and Cracker Barrel. I didn't much care for Walmart, but I was a little apprehensive about doing it. But I didn't have no problems. But it was when I had my Yukon and I had the blackouts that I put in the windows and everything. Yeah. He's Canadian. Step 2. One of these days I'm going to have me an RV. And that was, when I first started doing DoorDash and stuff and Uber and all that, my thoughts were to go camping and do orders. If the campground was close enough to town, do orders and then go back, and that would pay for your gas and your food. Not a problem. But then COVID kind of came in, and that kind of shut that down. That ideal. A lot of the parks closed. Yeah, oh man, I can't even think of some of them's names. Oh, no, no, no. I don't know. I can't see their names because I am logged in under Dash and Grandpa. I've seen some of your fishing stuff. I was making quite a few of those, and I want to get back into it. And I probably will be honest with you. I want to fit that back in, but I got to start doing more Dash and Grandpa videos, and that's what really kind of amazed me is the Dirty Shoes Adventures. To me, personally, I found them a lot more interesting than the ride-alongs and the talking about DoorDash and stuff like that. I like the camping and the fishing and stuff like that. But Dash and Grandpa channel went zoop, and Dirty Shoes Adventures never really went anywhere. So I guess people are more interested in making money than having adventures. And, I get it to an extent, but there's just a lot of channels that show the same thing. I got a $3.99 order, and tip baiting is terrible, and it all is. And some of it's interesting in watching, that's for sure, though, because there's some different things that happen while you're doing the dashes and stuff like that makes it interesting. But it's also interesting too when you get something on the end of your line, and you don't know if it's a big old fat carp or a catfish or a bass. You know what it's supposed to be, but I don't know. I enjoy both of them. And I would enjoyed traveling, camping, and doing the doing the DoorDash and stuff like that. But I think of gig channels as water cooler. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that grew their channel, like Sarah, her channel. She does the ride-alongs and stuff, and she's got a good amount of followers, subscribers. But I don't know. I guess that's one of the reasons why I haven't done as many Dash and Grandpa videos lately, is I don't want to be repetitive. You know, unless something happens or something worth watching, you know, or something helpful. When I first started doing them, you know, I would do going in and doing the shopping order, but the majority of the people know what they're doing now. And the videos, I've already done those videos, so why repeat them? Because there ain't nothing changed, except for now you have the modular number, which is great when you're doing the shopping orders. And the pay's gone down. And they're putting more orders for less pay. And that sums up Walmart Smart. How you doing, Mr. Bud Soda? I am alive and a-kicking, so I reckon I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Just hanging out and talking about a little bit of nothing. Well, a little bit of nothing and a whole lot of something. Something like that. We've been talking football, baseball, fishing, camping. Grandpa, I learned roadie and shortcut texting from you. Well, I'm glad I did something that was worthy. I wish Rhodey would get, I liked Rhodey. I wish they would get big here again, but Rhodey's always on. Sometimes I've noticed that Rhodey logs you out because about every 2 or 3 days I'll just click on it to see why I haven't been getting anything, and it'll tell me to log in. So I guess it logs you out after 24 hours or something. Not real sure. Someone said gig work and summoned. Yeah. The gig god said, Bud Soda. They're talking about gig work. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, sharing what you learn and what you know, things like that, that's great. But, you know, you can only make so many videos of the same thing. I miss Steve's Rideshare Rodeos. I missed it. I didn't even get back in time to tune in, and I was late getting here. And I wasn't going to do the live, but did it anyway. I'm having dead air here, and I'm not supposed to have dead air. I've watched myself on some of my replays, and when I'm not saying anything, and unless you're seeing the chat, you're thinking, why is this dude just sitting there? Is he not doing a live stream? Is he not talking? Does his mic quit working? So I try to keep talking, and I guess I could start whistling or something. I don't know. Just try to keep it going, because I personally wouldn't want to watch somebody just sitting in front of a camera not saying nothing. Not very fun to me. Yeah, is it getting cold up? Yeah, well, you said, what was it last week? You said it was like 40 something degrees. Last night we had a little bit of a cold front come in. Kind of cooled off, but it's warmed back up today. Just don't have a bad moment. Well, I could start talking about the Rhode Island red chickens, and then we could start talking about the space shuttle all in one conversation. How's that? Or one sentence. You know, the chickens are out there eating. The space shuttle is going to. There's your Biden thing. You don't know what he's talking about. And it's sad, really. I mean, he hasn't really accomplished a whole lot in his entire career. But I'm sure he's a smart man on some things. But he don't know. It's time to retire and enjoy what time you've got left while you can remember what you enjoyed. I had a 44-hour earlier and 51-hour. Wow, that was great. That would be fantastic here. 40s here tonight. We can talk about Corn Pop. He's a bad dude. Corn Pop. You lost me on that one. I want to know from Bud Soda if Full-Time Drum is acting different this week. Well, those last two comments is really way over my head. Corn Pop and FT Drum. Full-Time Drum? Corn Pop was a bad dude, but Biden put him in his place. There again, I don't keep up with a whole lot of stuff, obviously. The only, and I don't want to start talking about it, but there's things going on over in the Middle East that I sure don't like. Drone, the peak pay is down. That's what you're asking on Uber. I'm getting tons of airbase orders. So who is Corn Pop? I don't even know. Is that a nickname that somebody's gave somebody? Well, it's FT Drum. This one. Drum, my sleeves are still rolled up. You ever felt like you don't have a clue what's going on? I've been out in left field when I should have been watching center field, huh? That's the story of my life. Google Corn Pop after the stream. Okay, I will. I've been reading on Newsbreak a couple of people dropping out of the presidential race, and I ain't even heard of the people. I'm like, who are you? I don't even, never heard of them. You know, it seems like all you hear is Biden, Trump, and this, DeSantis, the governor in Florida. I think he's the governor. DeSantis. I don't know. He seems like he's okay, but I don't keep up with it, so I couldn't say that for sure. I know one thing for sure: Biden will never. I don't even know why he would even consider running again. But I still think the best president would be a good businessman who has a successful business, who built it himself, not handed it to him like we know somebody else, but somebody that worked for it, knows how to build it, and put them in there with common sense. Somebody with just plain old school common sense would beat any of them that's running right now that I know of. I don't think you need to have a master's degree in politics. I just think you need some good common sense. They seem to lose that the more education they get. They just all need to go fishing, order them a DoorDash order while they're out. Oh, I remember somebody. It just made me have a flashback. Somebody I used to watch, I don't remember who it was, they had a DoorDash order, and the people was out in the boat fishing. And the boat came in, and they picked up their DoorDash order, went back out. That was pretty cool. I don't remember who it was, but Animal and Pedro 2024. You know, Hannibal, he seems like the type of person that thinks about things, and then reacts. Uh, I don't think he would be a bad president at all, to be honest with you. I know it's not going to happen, I know, but just that type of person that thinks about something, that uses common sense, that doesn't jump to conclusions. They look at the scenario and think it out. And Ross Perot, definitely. I imagine if he's not dead and gone, he's way on up there. But that's who they should have elected back when he ran. Personally, that's my opinion. But DeSantis, that he's not PC. What is PC? You lost me on that one. Some of these abbreviations I'm lost on. Okay. I think, from what I remember, DeSantis, however you pronounce it, was a Trump supporter. And I don't think Trump was that bad. He just didn't know how to keep his mouth shut. That's political correct. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. I'm thinking PC, personal computer. But yeah, that's why I think DeSantis might be a good president. Is because he has a lot of the same thoughts, but has a little more couth about him and knows when to shut his mouth and when to open it. And Trump doesn't. I mean, Trump had great ideas, just didn't know how to keep his mouth shut and when to speak and when not to speak. I do like the fact that he don't take crap, you know. He kind of has a tendency to tell people off. But Hewlett Packard, maybe. Now you're getting some old computers, some Packard Bell, and what was it? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, y'all, I know I was a little bit late, but I've got laundry sitting over here that I got to get folded. And I do have one more review to do, and I honestly don't know how I'm going to do it because it's supposed to be under the eave lights that you can leave up year round. I think they'll sell good. Christmas coming up. But I live upstairs in an apartment complex. And I could do them at my mom's, but she's got bushes across front of her house, so I'd have to straddle those with a ladder. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. To the hangers, of course, the pins are Frickle. He couldn't hear me over the copter. I am totally lost on that one for sure. I guess age has something to do with it. I can see Bud saying, "Come on, get with it, old man. Keep up." I can see that. I can hear him saying that. But anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a wonderful week and have had a wonderful week and be safe out there this weekend. And if I remember right, Saturday, we're supposed to be able to see the Ring of Fire. I think that's this Saturday. They're supposed to have a solar eclipse. So if y'all are into that stuff, y'all check it out. I will definitely be checking it out. And unless you, ain't no telling what's going to be getting, who all's going to be getting enlisted. Because I'm afraid it's coming to that. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here, and hopefully I will see y'all next Thursday. And if something worthy of making I need to figure out some way to make Dash and Grandpa videos and get back into it. But in the meantime, y'all be safe out there, and Fort Drum going to take him. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, now I get that. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Be safe out there. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. And I will see y'all in the next live stream or in somebody else's live stream, or just shoot me an email and say howdy. Whatever. Everybody should have my email. It's pretty obvious what it is because I use Gmail. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Y'all, thanks for coming by. Bye, y'all.